Hey everybody. So as promised, I wanted to do this video to kind of walk through your bots and your automated trading strategies by Elevate. I'm not going to go through the whole setting up the API details, because when you purchase your bundle, your bot strategy or whatever, you're going to get sent in an email a link to the Astrobit Discord. And within that Discord, there'll be a channel that has the instructions based on what exchange that you want to set your bot up to. So rather than doing this video to show you how to set up your bot through the various APIs on exchanges, because that can take quite a lengthy process, we're just going to talk about some of the features and some of the frequently asked questions that we've received via DM on Twitter or through our Discord or whatever, and kind of help some of you guys along with the mindset and understanding the different strategies and how to set up like certain risk management and things of that nature. Okay, so first of all, after you have your API linked, and you have your bot enabled or whatever, you can do everything that you need to do with your bot from the Astrobit platform. You don't actually need to go into your exchange to do anything, maybe except for depositing and withdrawing. Everything that you need to do and change and touch with your bot can be done directly through the Astrobit website, which is really, really neat. And this is especially beneficial to those that live in the United States and have to rely on a VPN to log into your exchange. So you really minimize your risk of getting pinged and flagged or whatever by an exchange that you're not supposed to be on. Okay, so let's get into some of these features. So I've loaded up our test account, and I use this account. It's got a couple $100 on it here, and I use this account to play with different features to see if I can't optimize something for better performance and see how that works out. So I have the Novus and the Horus bot set up. So first of all, one of the first questions that was asked are what all the exchanges that are available for these strategies. And that is directly on the Astrobit website itself. So there's Bybit, Bitfinex, Binance, Kraken. Do be aware, though, that if you are on Kraken, you better be a whale, because I think in order to be able to margin trade on Kraken, you need to have like $10 million in assets. So if you are a U.S. resident, do keep that in mind with some of the exchanges that you are opting to sign up on. Okay, then OKEX and KuCoin, and then of course FTX. We are exploring, Astrobit and Elevate are both exploring other options for US traders. We're looking possibly at Femex, BingX, and a few others to maybe see if there are good options for US traders, as obviously some of these exchanges do not allow margin trades for US customers. Okay. So back to our dashboard. So let's ignore Horus right now, and let's kind of just talk about Novus. So let's say you signed up, you wanted to try just one of the strategies, one of the bots, and you signed up for Novus, and it's doing well. It's doing what it's supposed to do, what it's designed to do, and it's making profit. And you wish to sign up for or grab an additional bundle. So say you want to buy Horus as well. Okay, not a problem. So you can go here to your settings. Okay, and this shows your subscription details. Okay, and it'll tell you what strategies that you already have currently set up. And you can go right here to where it says bundles, and you can manage your bundles or add a bundle. So say again, you have Novus, you have the almighty Bitcoin strategy, and it's doing well, and you made some profit, and you want to shuffle some of that profit, and now you want to start making money on the Horus bundle. So one option to do that is, first of all, let's note that when purchasing a bundle, if you purchase one bundle, you can't purchase and an additional bundle. The AstroBit platform doesn't allow that. So in order to purchase additional bundles, you're actually adding a bundle. So you can go to add bundle, and then you can choose what strategist that you wish to add. So if you wanted to go into Elevate and you do Horus Basic, and then of course now you get your bot plus the strategy itself. And this is billed every month. Okay, so do keep that in mind also. You can also purchase the strategies separately. So say, for example, you when you created your AstroBit account and you purchased 5 bots. Okay, so you have 5 bots that you want to use, and you don't want the bundle because all of these bundles come with the strategy and the bot to use them. But since you've already purchased 5 additional bots that you want to put these strategies on 5 different exchanges, you don't need to necessarily purchase a bundle. You can purchase the strategies individually. Okay, so you can come to the strategy page and you can, can sort by author. So if you go to Elevate Trading, for example, and then here are our strategies, and you'll notice that they are a little bit cheaper than the bundle prices themselves because the bundle prices include the bot with it, and they're given at a discount. Okay, so for example, Nova's strategy here by itself is $65 a month, but if you were to purchase that within the bundle, see, so now here's Nova's Basic, it's a little additional money because it's including that bot. Okay, so if you want to purchase the strategies differently or separately, and again, you can purchase them from any author, you can do that simply from the strategies page. And then you just go through all of the steps and all of that wonderfulness. The same thing with the bots. So say you purchase, let's say you purchase Nova's strategy or the Nova's bundle, and you want to put it on one exchange and let it run at the default settings. And then let's say you want to add Novus on a different exchange and you want to tweak some of the settings and maybe play with some of the risk management and the leverages. You can do that, but you only have to purchase the strategy just once. So in order to do that, you simply just come in here and you go to the bots and you select how many bots you want to purchase and whatever, and it'll show your running total down here at the bottom and all of that stuff. And then you can go back to your exchange and link your API, and you can only, since you're only purchasing that strategy once, now you're just purchasing additional bots. Now you can put that same strategy on multiple exchanges at different leverages, at different risk management options like stop losses or target profits and all of that wonderful stuff. So you're not limited to purchasing a bundle for one exchange, and then you have to purchase the bundle again for another exchange, and then and so forth. So that's really neat because you have a lot of options there that you can do as far as the bundlings and the bots with the different exchanges. I personally did that myself. So I have both Novus and Horus because they're both swing trade strategies, and I'm a swing trader. So I have 2 test accounts that I'm currently just kind of playing with. One account that I don't mess with. I let the bots on default settings just do their thing. I don't hardly log into it. I just let it do its work. And then this test account here, this is where I can kind of, I play with the leverages a little bit, and I can add stop losses or if I want to, and things of that nature, even do some manually trading if I want or if I choose. So you have the freedom to manually trade with your bot or just let them do their thing and come back in 6 months and check on them and see how they're doing. So that's my personal strategy. You guys are free to do what you want with your bots. They're your bots and they're your strategies. Okay, so let's walk through some of these bot settings. Okay, so Horus is already in a short. I'm not playing with this one. It's already up 14% there, 15%. It's kind of doing its thing. It looks pretty good to me. It's all wonderful and all of that wonderful stuff. So first of all, if we're looking at Horus, I want everybody to get a realistic expectation of what the bots are going to do. So these are swing trade bots. Okay, I'm sure a lot of people have in their minds that, oh, it's a bot, it's going to trade like the Matrix and it's just going to start printing money every 15 to 20 seconds or something, which is not the case. Okay, so if we look at Horus here, for example, let me go down here to the 4-hour chart. Okay, so in sideways choppiness, yes, a bot will get chopped up because it's just a bot. It's a machine. It's not a magic genie in a bottle or something. However, look here in the middle of March of this year, about the 12th of March or so, somewhere around here, 15th maybe. Okay, so the 15th of March, Horus caught this long. And it rode this long through all of these little dips, okay? Even this little dip, it rode this long, even as Ethereum started to dip here, and it might look like it got a little bit ugly here, but then we see that this bounce here. So there was no confirmation signal, okay? And then it ultimately gave its short signal here on that confirmation on break of that support. So that happened on April 6th. Horus took that long on March 16th. So, for example, on what to expect for a swing trade bot, that was 21 days, 3 whole weeks that Horus was in that long. And it bagged roughly, before the signal was given, about 24% profit, which is great. I didn't have to do anything for this on my other account that I just leave alone. I don't touch. I didn't even realize I was in that long. I just went about my life, went about my day, and just happened to log in one day. And I personally have a 2x leverage because I'm a leverage trader. I mean, let's be real. We're gamblers. This is crypto. We want to go big or go home. So I have a 2x leverage with no stop loss and no target points for my other test account. So I essentially caught about 48 to 50% profit on that same trade. And I didn't do anything for it. It triggered the long automatically for me and triggered the close automatically for me and locked in that profit for me. It was beautiful. It was great. Okay. So that is something to expect. So when you are contemplating what your overall potential profit is going to be over time, timing is actually everything. Okay, because when we released Horus, and Horus took this long on the 16th. So say you signed up, you just heard about these bots and you were all excited about them. And let's say you didn't sign up until the 21st. Well, the bot was already in a long and you signed up here. So you already missed this signal here. So you have 2 options there. You can manually put your bot in a long, which will be this button up here, but it says close position right now because it's already in a position for me. So this is the manual option here, whether you can open or close manually to put your bot in line with the signals. Okay, so that is an option. However, if that is not an option, you don't feel comfortable and confident enough that you read a chart well enough to say, okay, this is the trend, I want to get in line with the bot. You don't have to. You can sit out and you will just have to wait until the bot signals the next trade, and then it'll automatically pick it up for you. Okay, so this happened with Novus. So Horus was in a long for us, but because Novus was on a different time frame, around the same time that Horus picked up that long, Novus did not. Okay, so one bot was picked up the position, another bot didn't. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind, that when you're signing up, that your timing is going to reflect everything. Because I know everybody's like, all right, I signed up, I want to instantly make money. I don't want to sit around for 2 weeks waiting on this bot to pick up a trade and pick up a signal. Okay, well, you have that option to manually put your bot in a long, or again, if you don't feel comfortable and confident, just wait for the bot to do its thing, because it eventually will. Okay, so this is now the result of Horus here. So it took this long quite beautifully, and it took this short also quite beautifully. And so it didn't quite catch that top. That's maybe about 3 or 4, oh, okay, about 7%. Oh, well, no, yeah, about 7% from the top there, which is fine. Okay, so the confirmation of that signal to go short was on the break of this support here. And I can't go into the exact parameters or whatever of how the bot signal or trigger their signals or whatever. So that's that. So it's not going to catch every single top and every single bottom and just ride it up. That's not what the bots are designed to do, especially being that this is a swing trade bot. Okay, so if you want to kind of see some of the past results of what Horus did, you can go to our website, elevate-trading.com, and go to the products page, and you can scroll down to Horus, and you can see the overall trend. Now, do take in mind that when you are first starting out with your bot, yes, it will take time to build up your account and build up your portfolio, as it would if you were learning to manually trade. So it doesn't happen overnight and you're going to be a millionaire. Sorry, it doesn't quite happen that way. But you can see the backtest results for Horus there. You can see the net profit, gross profit, and all that wonderful stuff, the profit factor, as well as the Sharpe ratio, as well as some of the actual trades that it took last year. So you can see the date, you can see whether if it took a long or a short, and you can see what date it took and what price it took the trade at, and the profit and the cumulative profit, the run up and the drawdown, and so forth, so forth. So you can kind of gauge to see about, you know, some realistic expectations that yes, the bots are going to take losses. So you see here was 3 losses in a row. But this is a nice 25% profit win here before giving about half of that back on the next 3 trades. But then Horus here caught a massive win with 68%, and it held that trade for 1 month. Now, again, that's 68% profit without you doing anything for it. Okay, so that's what the bots are designed to do. The bots are designed to trigger these trades for you. You don't have to do anything. And also, quick note, I've had this asked a lot. These numbers up here, the summary, this is with the default settings. So when you set your bot up and you link your API and you come here and you make sure that your bot is enabled, okay, so that means that your bot is now going to start taking those trades for you automatically, okay? These summaries here are with the default settings. So that's no stop loss, no target points, and 1x leverage. Okay, so 1x leverage is practically spot, which makes it quite difficult, next to impossible, to get liquidated, because that would mean that there would have to be like a 90%, 99% crash in order for you to lose your account. Now, however, obviously, the bots will trigger that reversal signal well before you get liquidated. And that's what this max drawdown is. So a max drawdown is the maximum amount that it is potential for you to lose on a trade. Okay. So, and so keep that in mind also, that especially if you are new to trading and new to bots anyways, and you're kind of iffy, it's like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work, I don't want to lose money, that it would be advised to just leave the bots alone. Let the bots do their thing, leave them at default settings, don't mess with them. Because if you alter your settings, if you add a stop loss, if you add target points, you mess with the leverages, then your overall summaries here are also going to be greatly affected. Your profits could be bigger, your losses are going to be bigger. Okay, so your numbers are going to greatly differentiate from what the default settings are and what we have posted here. So please keep that in mind, okay? I know everybody has in their head, again, it's a bot. I want to make money. I want to be rich, quick, quick, quick. I want it now. And I don't want to have to do anything for it. Well, that's essentially what we designed. What's built are these bots that will trade for you without you having to do anything for it. Okay, so again, please keep that in mind. Okay, so let's say, okay, so let's go to my Nova spot because I don't have a position open again because I've been manually playing with some buttons and stuff here. So up here, I have my sell short and buy long here. So if you are not already in a position, and even before, as soon as you set your bot up, if you want to, do come to this edit bot button. So let's take note of what the edit bot button does. So this is where you can name your bot, you can change your asset allocation. So I have it used in about 45% of my portfolio because the other 45% is in Horus. And then that extra 10% of my portfolio is just on the sidelines for whatever. And then I'm currently using a 2x leverage. Okay, so it'll show your leverage position and how much of your equity assets that you're allocating towards that trade. Okay, so risk management. Okay, so these will automatically be blank. Okay, so if you wanted to practice some risk management, that's perfectly fine. So let's say I want to come in here and I want to set a stop loss. You have the option of setting a trailing stop or a fixed stop loss, which means, so if I wanted to, let's just say, let's move this to about a 4% move against me. I want it to stop me out. Okay. So again, that's totally 100% up to you. We cannot advise you where to set stop losses, where to take profits, and all of that stuff. That's considered financial advice, and the SEC does not look too kindly on that, unless we are obviously CFAs, which are certified financial analysts. Okay, so you have that freedom with your bot to set your own stop losses and your own take profits. So for example, and I had these kind of already set in here. So for example, I take profit. I want to close 30% of my position if the price moves 5%. So since this is Novus, this is the Bitcoin bot. If I want to take profit on the target point 1, if Bitcoin moves up 5%, my bot will automatically close 30% of my position out. And let's say I don't have a take profit for the second one. So that means 70% of my position is going to ride up with the strategy and will close the other 70% when the strategy changes directions and flips the next signal. Or I can set a target profit 2, and let's say I want to close another 30% at 8% in my favor. Okay, so that means if Bitcoin moves 5%, it'll close 30% of my position. And then if it moves 8%, it'll close another 30%, and then it'll leave, a moon bag, for example. Okay. So this looks good for right now. So we'll just hit the edit bot button, and it says down here, my bot is successfully saved. Okay. So now my settings are saved, and let me go and then just manually put it in a long. Okay, so now we see that my position is long, and then now my percent and dollar value is already set here. So whenever it moves up and down, this will reflect. Now, if you'll also notice, the target points and my stop loss that I had set before I opened my position, or if the bot automatically opened that position for me, for example, but my risk management settings that I had set are now automatically on the chart. Now, the neat thing about this is, again, if you remember earlier, I said you don't need to log into your exchange to change your settings. So everything that I need to do, even for risk management, I can do right here from the Astrobit account. So very, very simple. If I don't want to kind of guess about what price I want to move my stop loss to, so I don't have to come in here and Let's just draw a line, and then, okay, so that price is 39,827. Well, now I have to go into the exchange and manually change that. You don't have to do that. I can simply grab right here where it says fixed stop loss, and you can see my cursor turn into a little hand with the finger. So I can simply grab and just drag it up and then move in my stop loss, and it automatically moves my stop loss for me. So now my stop loss is a lot tighter. Same with my target points. I can move my target points down. I can stretch this one up if I want to. If I can, oops, if I can grab it, there it goes. I was grabbing the wrong thingy there. Okay, so now my settings are automatically changed, and I did all of this without having to log into my exchange. So everything that I need to do with my bots and my positions, I can do right here from the AstroBit platform, which is really, really neat. I really like these features here. Now, with that said, though, whatever changes you do to your bot, whatever position settings or whatever you do to your bot from the AstroBit platform will automatically update and be shown from your exchange. So I have KuCoin here. Okay, so first let's look at where my stop loss is. So my stop loss, I moved it up just now to 39,923. Okay, so this is my Bitcoin position, and look where my stop loss is, 39,923. Okay, so because I moved my stop loss up and down here on the AstroBit site, it automatically reflects on KuCoin. So let's watch. Let's see if I move this down. And so this is going to be moving to 39,008. And then voila, it's automatically already changed in KuCoin, since that is the exchange that I have my bots API linked to. Same with the open orders. Okay, so these are my two target points, my target profit points. Okay, so the order value 44,616, 44,616. And again, if I were to drag that down, let's move, oops. Okay, so let's drag that now down to 43,592. And there it goes, 43,592. Beautiful. So because all of the changes, and I've said this about 2 or 3 times now, which is fine. So all of the changes that you do to your bot will automatically reflect into your exchange, which means you don't need to log into your exchange. At this point, the only reason you need to log into your exchange is to deposit or withdraw. Easy peasy. It's beautiful. Everything that you need to be done or want done can be done directly here from AstroBit. So, and you can also go in, and I can just hit this little X right here if I want to delete that take profit order too. And let me just go ahead and move that stop loss back up, and let me move there. So now I've deleted my take profit 1s and 2s. So since I put this in a manual long, now let's just say that Bitcoin rides up. So rather than taking me out at target 1 and target 2, I'm going to just kind of ride it up and let the signal do its thing. And then let's just say it shorts up here. So now I rode this up and I kind of maximize my profit potential. But again, that is 100% up to you as the trader. We can't, of course, again, advise risk management settings and stuff like that. But easy fix. And again, you can just go to your edit bot. And then that's where you can change all your settings there. And again, the summaries for Horus and Novus that are currently on our website, these are the backtest results. Again, our 1x leverage. Okay, so I can change my leverages, and it's using 100% of your asset allocation. But since, again, I'm running 2 bots, I kind of split my assets into both of those bots. And me personally, I'm not going to run a stop loss and all of that stuff or whatever. I just kind of leave it to do its thing and let the bot do what it wants to do. Okay, because again, even Novus. Okay, so when we kind of launched this, so Novus caught a very nice short right here, and this is also something that I want to discuss real quick. I want everybody to kind of pay attention to this. So Novus took this short for us up here at about 43.4, and it was a nice drop. Okay, so it captured about 14 to 15% of this drop. So it was a great short. It was a great call. Now, this bounce here, this bounce was about 14%. So we were almost at break even. However, the bot itself, the indicator settings or whatever, did not trigger a long. Okay, because if you are a price action trader, you would know that this was a bearish retest. Okay, there was no close and no reclaim of this resistance level. It actually showed the rejection underneath the bottom of that resistance, and it rejected back down. So it held the short, even though there was that little bounce, because again, these are a swing trade bots. Okay. Now, however, would we have liked to have caught that 14% long and then reshorted? Sure. But I mean, that's just not the reality that these things work. They're not going to, again, long every bottom, short every top, long again, short again, and so forth and so forth. So even with this bounce, okay, so this is what the drawdown is. Okay, so if it were to close, okay, so that would be the drawdown, that difference between the run up. Okay, so if we open the short here, and then the run up would be this 14% drop right here. And then the drawdown would be that difference. Okay, so if it were to close right here, that would, let's just say 14 minus 15 is 1%. So it'd be a 1% loss in that case, or yeah, 1% loss in that case. But the drawdown would be this difference here. So that's what the drawdown is when you guys see that on the web page or whatever. And the max drawdown is about 15% for Hortus. So, however, so keep that in mind. You're just like, oh, why is it not triggering? Why is it not flipping? It's because the parameters set within the algorithm did not meet the conditions for the bot to trigger that next trade, or to reverse trends and close your position and flip it the other way. Because we can see that it held that short even through that bounce and then closed at the bottom. So the overall trade on that was a good 14, 15%. And in my case, of course, about 28 to 30% because I had a 2x leverage on it. And again, because it is a swing trade bot, it held that position for about 2 weeks. But again, I did nothing for it. So it locked that profit in for me and triggered those trades for me. I didn't even have to watch it. Okay, and then it flipped long here. And again, this is Novus. So it flipped long again at the bottom, which is a great, great place. And again, rode up another 17%. And again, that took another 2 weeks. So essentially in 1 month, roughly, yeah, about a month and a few days. Okay, so in 1 month, it caught a 14, 15% trade and then flipped and caught another 18% profit. So 2 back-to-back profit trades. And again, because the default settings are allocating, an X amount of your portfolio or your allocations or whatever, that's compounding your returns. So that was a great, great trade. It was a great profit. And again, I did nothing for it. I didn't have to manually trade. I didn't even have to look at the chart. I don't know, probably just going to mow the lawn or taking a vacation. Because that's what these bots are designed to do. They're designed to do these trades for you so you don't have to. Okay, so if you're not a great trader, you don't feel comfortable, utilize these bots and let them do the work for you. So what I did here, so I created this little Excel sheet, just kind of throwing out some random numbers here. Okay. So just to give some other realistic expectations of what people can expect as far as dollar value of their account over time. So we had a great year last year as far as the entire crypto market. Now we're kind of coming down and we're kind of chopping. So let's just assume that this year is going to be a lot choppier market than it was last year. So we're not going to see the same returns that we saw this year that we saw last year. And then next year will be different as well, and the year after and so forth. So let's say this is April of 2022. So let's say you signed up for your bot, your strategy or whatever, and you started your bot with $1,000. Let's say you wanted to start kind of small and see how it goes. Okay, so keep in mind for Novus and Horus, they're both $80 a month or $960 a year. Okay, not a lot of money. Okay, so let's say to start out, you just kind of wanted to give it a go and see how it goes and whatever. So let's say, and these are the month-to-month percent gains that the bots do. So let's say for the month of April, you net 25%. Okay, so your profit is $250. And your total, and now your total portfolio is $1,250. Okay, so say next month, I don't know, let's say we get some good bounces or something, and Horus catches a good trade. We get 43% profit next month on maybe 2 or 3 trades. Let's say it does 2 or 3 trades next month for a total net profit of 43%. Okay, so now your profit is $537. Okay, so now your account is up to $1,788, or about 79% profit from starting in April. Okay, so and then going through month by month. Now it's not going to make 200% a month or whatever. I mean, it really just depends on the market conditions. We can't predict that. We're not genies in a bottle or something. So let's say June cumulative has a losing month. So let's say it takes 4 trades in June, 2 of them wins, 2 of them losses, or one of them is a big win, and then you get 3 losses, and you net the month with I don't know, minus 11%. Okay, so you lose about $200, which drags your P&L down. Okay, you bounce back in July. August is usually a great month every single year. Usually rock it out in August, and let's say it's a big month. Okay, so let's say we get nice bounces on Ethereum in August. You bag 70% profit, and then the bot flips short in September because September is always bad. So then let's say now September we dump. Okay, so we catch 67% profit in September for shorts. So over time, okay, so 76%, 67%, and now our account is doubling. We're making some great money. October is bad. Let's say we lose 22%, and then we finish out November to December strong. Okay, and then so at the end of the year, and these are just random numbers. Okay, I'm just kind of throwing these out as a scenario so people can get a realistic expectation and not get into the mindset that because they signed up for a bot, it's going to make them a millionaire overnight. Okay. So let's say by the end of the year, your bot does 916% profit, even though that it back tested last year at about 5,000% profit. Okay, well, last year's market condition was vastly different if we were to look at, this 3-day chart. Okay, so if we looked at Bitcoin from last year, for example, so this is the 20th. Now we're rolling into December about right, or January about right here. Okay, so this is a 3-day chart. So I'm sure Novus would have caught that long there, maybe caught that short, and then just rode that back up long. And these were big swings here. And then it kind of rode it back down here. Now we're already in June of last year, and then caught that long and maybe closed it there. Shorted there or something, and I'm just kind of picking out some stuff here. And so it was big swings, great volatility last year. Okay, so now this year may not be so, might have some good swings or something to do something like this, but overall mostly choppy. So that's where I'm getting these numbers from. I'm just kind of picking out, maybe it's going to be a choppier year, for example, but we still do almost a 10x by the end of the year. So at the end of the year, your $1,000 that you started with is now $9,164. Okay, so let's say now we roll into 2023 and it's a little bit better. Let's say Horus does 1,100% on that year. So it now takes your $9,100 and does 1,100% for the year and turns that into $100,000, almost $101,000. So essentially in 2 years of compounding your portfolio and trading for you 100% automatically for you, in 2 years, it takes $1,000 account into $100,000 account. Okay. And it cost you a total of $960 a year, or less than $2,000 for 2 years. So that's just one strategy. Okay. So let's say you diversify a little bit and you have multiple strategies. You have the Ethereum strategy, you have Bitcoin strategy, and we will be, I'm going to go ahead and drop some alpha here. We will be releasing altcoin strategies. So we're going to have Solana, Link, or Cardano, maybe some XRP, some of the kind of higher market cap coins that have higher liquidity, in case somebody's a whale and is aping $50,000 positions on their bot or something, or whatever. So we're not necessarily going to be doing some of the low cap, micro cap coins, as it's difficult even for a bot to fill with the liquidity. Okay, so that is some of the realistic financial expectations, if you will. Not every month is going to be a green month. You're not going to win every month with your bot. Your bot will take losses, as we see, here on our website, and we'll update these about every 3 months, so you can kind of see what these bots do in real time, not a back test. Okay, so your bot will take some losses, so you just kind of have to roll with those punches there. Even the ETH Sniper. Okay, the ETH Sniper is a 15-minute scalp bot, and this was projected back test of 223% in 3 months. So we can kind of compound that and guesstimate about 700 to 800, 900% returns over the course of a year. But again, it's not perfect. No strategy or bot is. It will take some losses and it will have some great wins. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that it's not, again, going to print money every 15 seconds like it's the Matrix. Doesn't happen. Okay, so let me close this position. I'm going to manually close that because I want to show you guys another neat little feature. And this was just added to AstroBit last week. Okay, so so creating a strategy, creating a new bot or whatever, there are 2 options. The bot can do whatever for you, and just allocate 100%, almost like a market buy, if you will. Okay, so let's say I want to use Horus. Okay, so here is bot type. So single entry AstroBit bot. This is essentially a market buy. Okay, so this is likely going to be your default settings. Okay, so the new feature that was added is a DCA bot, or dollar cost average bot. So I want to select that, and I want to select Ethereum. And of course I have to select my exchange. Okay, so my API is already linked. I don't have to do that again. I'm basically just setting up whatever. So I'm going to name this DCA bot. And I'm going to leave this alone since most of my allocation is already for Novus and Horus. So I really only have 1% of my portfolio left. But I wanted to come down here to the dollar cost average settings. Okay, so the bots on your Astrobit dashboard. Let me pull this up again here. On your Astrobit dashboard, when you see these signals, these short and long signals, those are the primary signals. Okay, so what you don't see are secondary signals, and these signals are more or less like confirmation signals, so to speak, in the trend or direction that your primary signal is going. Okay, so your dollar cost average setting is using those secondary signals to average in. Okay, so let's say my entry 1. So I want to use 50% of my bot allocation for that first secondary signal or that first dollar cost average, and same with my entry 2. I want to use the other 50%. Actually, can't do that because let's just do 30. Let's do 33%. We'll split it 3 ways down the center. So your primary signal will take the first 33%. Okay, and then let's say it's let's say it's a long. Okay, so let's look at Ethereum right here. So I kind of made this little chart, this little graph here, so to speak. Okay, so let's say your Horus bot opens a long right here as the primary signal. Okay, and then let's say, for example, you have the DCA bot, and let's say it's kind of going against you a little bit, and it dips a little bit further, but doesn't signal the short. Okay, so let's say it dips a little bit further down to that secondary support there. And let's just say, for example, I just picked some random lines here, that your first secondary signal is your DCA 1, and another secondary signal for a long on the bot is your DCA 2. That should say 2, not 11. Okay, so let's say our overall trend is bullish, but there are some low time frame pullbacks. Okay, so this pullback here is about 5%. Okay, so our primary signal opened here, and if we do get a little bit more of a dip, but not enough to trigger the short, and we have the DCA bot on, it'll average in for you. So we've already set it here, so 33% and 33%. So it'll add another long position here and another long position here. So now my average will go from $30,015, and then it'll average in these 3 entries, which will put my average probably somewhere around here instead of here. So that saves me from being in a loss of about 4.5 to 5%. Let me see, maybe you're kind of cutting that in half because your entry is cut in half. So if the price is down here and it averaged in 1 target there and your second target there, puts your average here. By the time that bottomed out, you're maybe now down 2% instead of that 5%. And then, of course, if it bounces and reverses, the long signal holds, and now your entry is reflected somewhere down here around 29.50 or whatever, instead of 30 or $3,015, $3,020. Okay, same for the reversal, same for the other signal. Okay, so say our primary signal opened the long, and within the parameters of the indicator, the strategy or whatever, it does give 2 confirmation signals that yes, the trend is long. So same thing will happen in the other direction. Okay, so we're long here on our primary signal, and then 2 secondary signals will open another long here and another long here. And then that will, however, give us an average maybe somewhere around here, which will now give our entry about 2 to 2.5% higher than our primary signal. So it's there's a lot of DCA traders. Dollar cost averaging in is not wrong. It's not bad. If that's somebody's preference or what somebody is used to, it's a great risk management tool also, because let's say if the bot triggered long and you had 2 DCA signals to average in as the trade moved against you, And then let's say the trade did not, the chart did not actually flip or hold true to the long. And let's say it shorted right there. Okay, so it flipped short and it closed your position in a loss. But now, rather than being in that 6-7% loss, if your dollar cost average put you maybe around here, your loss is now about 3.5%. So it's a great risk management tool to minimize some losses. And we'll just delete all of that. Okay, so that's another neat, nice little feature that Astrobit has just implemented. And of course, they did that last week. So that's another option that you can do rather than just telling your bot to basically market buy all in, you know, like we're degenerates. But then again, it's crypto and that's what crypto people do. So that's roughly about it. That's the gist. I hope those were most of the questions that I had gotten. I can always do more. If you do have any questions though, however, when you do register for your bots, for your strategies, do check your email, as you will get a link to the Astrobit Discord. And then you can just find our channel right here at Elevate Trading, and you can ask us any kind of other questions that you have or regarding your strategy or your bot or whatever, and we can always just answer them there as well. You can also hit us up on Twitter. Perfectly fine there to DM us, but I hope these were most of the questions that I had gotten asked, and I was able to answer these for you. One other note though, that again, if we're going back to the beginning of this video, again, if you purchased or registered for your bot and later than when the signal was actually given, you will have to, and you don't want to manually enter position, you will have to wait however long it takes for that bot to then signal its next trade for you. But again, it will do it for you. So it's not broken. Okay, if you get the green acceptance signal down here for when you link your API and your bot is enabled, you're good to go. You don't have to do anything for that. If you want to take a break, take a vacation or whatever, your bots will do that for you. They'll still trade for you. However, you can also simply hit the enable button and turn your bot off. You can also do that as an option as well, especially if you're trying to, if you want to move some funds around or something. Okay. Also, with the target profits, you know, if you add target profits and you're taking out half, you know, position of your portfolio here and then another target profit up here, you will again also have to wait for those funds to be released into another trade when the bot itself triggers that another trade. So you can't, you know, immediately just, you know, throw it in something or whatever. So I know a lot of people have been in the DMs kind of concerned. I mean, and rightfully so. I mean, these are bots. They're great bots, actually. Quite pleased with the performance of them so far. Quite pleased with the Astrobit team. They've done some really great things. They have some really great things coming in the pipeline that are going to be added on top of the bots to essentially make them super bots. So we'll be able to squeeze more wins, more profit out of the bots as well. So quite pleased with everything that has been going on with the bots right now. I hope that answers everybody's questions up to this point. And again, you can always hop in the Astrobit Discord and you can ask us questions there. So that's it, guys. Don't be afraid of your bots. They're not going to bite you. They will do the work for you, so you don't have to. Okay. And that's it. I guess that's it. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to hit us up. DMs are always open. We answer everybody as much as we can. Very friendly group, very friendly team, both Astrobit and Elevate Trading. So do please reach out to us if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.